Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to Bhinneka Online Toastmasters meeting. We are going to start the meeting. But first, I would like to announce our housekeeping rules. We encourage you to check internet connections, cameras, microphones, charging devices, and adjust your devices proportionally compared to your body height so that your face and your upper body can be seen clearly. Please keep in mind that we are in a professional but supportive environment of Toastmasters International meetings. We want to present ourselves the best we can. Be punctual is appreciated. Please mute or turn off your microphone unless you are speaking. Let's minimize distractions and appreciate people who are speaking. In the event of emergency, the host can mute the participants. Please turn on your camera when you can. We want to see smiles and we want to see your reactions. For example, thumbs up, nodding, clapping, although we cannot hear you, but we can see your expressions, and that is encouraging. Try to look at your camera when delivering a speech, and also remember to look at the timer when you speak, and we will pin the timer side by side with you on the screen so you cannot miss them. And call out the name of the person you're referring to before you start talking. So for example, I would say, I would like to call counter, like that, right? And then start speaking after that, addressing counter. And then if you want to see everyone, you can use the gallery view. But if you want to see the speaker, you can choose the speaker view. And then after this, we would like to welcome our president, Natalie Cahyadi.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you today? I hope you're all well and healthy and safe. Welcome back to Bhinneka Online Toastmasters Club meeting. It's a wonderful sunny day here in Bali, and I hope you have some time to go out today. And I would like to also extend my warm invitation to all of the visiting Toastmasters, all club members, and also some of them who are helping us with our meeting today, like Toastmaster Purwanto from Eagle Toastmasters Club. Thank you for coming and helping us. Our GE, Toastmaster Sabrina from UI Toastmaster Club. Thank you for coming and helping us. Also, we have guests from Medan and Toastmaster Yopi Hoki Yanto from Jakarta Toastmasters Club. Welcome, Toastmaster Chandra from Medan. And also Toastmaster Lee Johnson. I remember I met you in one of the club meeting in America. So welcome. We're so happy that you joined our club meeting. In our club, we believe that we should remember and apply Toastmaster core value as well as club vision and mission. So Toastmaster club values are respect, service, integrity, and excellence. And Toastmasters Club mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience where members can develop their public speaking, communication, and leadership skill in a supportive environment. In our Bhinneka Online Toastmasters Club, we also have our club values, and it's as simple as ABC, appreciating our club member, build each other's up, and also to celebrate our successes. That's it, and I'm so excited to introduce our Toastmaster of the meeting. It's only his second time as Toastmaster of the meeting, but I believe that he will do a great job because he himself is really walking his talk and he is inspirational. I can't wait to let him roll. So please give a warm welcome for Toastmaster Herman Whittaker.
Thank you, Natalie. Thank you so much. Everyone, welcome to the meeting today. We're really excited to have you. Truly excited about having the opportunity to lead the meeting with you. And just really excited to be a part of the Bhinneka Toastmasters. It's really a blessing to be able to connect to people from all over the world. And this group of people make it very special for me every Saturday and Sunday. The theme of the meeting today is the world of harmony, or world harmony. And I think it's something that we really need to concentrate on. We really need to reach out and touch somebody's hand and let them know that we care. And we need to try to understand and create patience and tolerance and humility and grace. So I truly hope that as we listen to our speeches today, that they inspire you. I hope that you find harmony in just by joining us in this meeting today. But I can't really do this meeting without a great group of people who have stepped up to help guide this and be our conscience and our compass as we move through the process of the meeting. So I'd like to take a moment to introduce the folks who are going to help make this meeting exceptionally good today. And the first is our general evaluator, Sabrina Fitria. Sabrina, if you could take a second and let folks know what you're going to do today.
Thank you. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm Sabrina, and today I will serve as a general evaluator. I will lead my team, consists of several vote takers and individual evaluator who will deliver our report at the end of the day. I will also note down what can we improve for future meetings. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the meeting.
Sabrina, thank you so much for stepping in. It's always exceptional when folks accept a responsibility, especially within Toastmasters, working so hard to help encourage the other members of our club. We also have someone who's going to be counting the ahs, the ums, and the filler words, and that is going to be our president, Natalie. Natalie, can you kind of explain to them what that role is and how that affects our meeting? Did we lose her? I'll come back.
Next role taker first.
Okay, yeah, I'll come back to her and we'll keep going. Our grammarian is also one of the important folks. They kind of listen for the things that we do righteous and right. And our grammarian today is Desi Eva. Desi, can you explain to us what your role is today?
Okay, thank you, Madam Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. As grammarian, it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to the language usage. I'll take note of any improper language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it is also my duty to introduce the word of the day, which is, let me show you my screen. I'm so sorry. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. So this is the word of the day, conscience. So this is a noun. It is the idea and feeling you have that tell you whether some things you are doing is right or wrong. So the common phrases you can that you usually hear that is guilty conscience, and clear conscience. I don't know how if I pronounce incorrectly. So if you see there are two types of pronunciation, British English and American English, so you can choose either one. The example of the sentences is each person must vote according to his or her own conscience, I think. The decision must be a matter of conscience. Thank you, Herman. Okay. Okay, so this is, am I audible? Yes?
Yes, you're good.
Hello? Okay, sorry, because it's a little bit busy here, a lot of noise. Well, I'm so sorry. So each speaker is encouraged to use the word of the day. I will give the grammarian report when called upon during the meeting, and also report on the usage of the word of the day. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster of the meeting.
Thank you so much. The next role is also quite important because one of the parts of learning the artistry of speaking is learning to be able to compose your message within a certain amount of time. And our timer has an incredibly important role as we listen to the speeches today. And so, Dion, can you explain to them what your role is today?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Fellow Toastmaster and guests, good afternoon. As my role is as a timer, and I have to remind all of the speaker how much time they spend. So the meeting will run smoothly. Okay, I will raise the green card for the table topic. Yeah, for the table topic, time is 1 until 1 minute 30 seconds. For the prepared speech, 5 until 6 minutes. And I will raise the yellow card to remind all the speaker that their speech is running up. And I will raise the red card to remind the speaker that the locating time is finished. And for all the facilitator, the length of your times is shown on the agenda. And please remind for the table topic, you should not speak more than 2 minutes. And all for the prepared speech, you should not speak more than 7 minutes. And at the end of the meeting, I will be back to present my report. Back to the Tom.
Thank you so very
Sorry,
much.
Dian Vivi, can you clarify one more time the length of table topic, speaker?
For green, 1 minute 30 seconds. Yeah, and then
For green is 1 minute.
1 minute.
Yeah.
1 minute until 1:30, yes,
Yeah,
and then yellow.
and the yellow is shown to their speech is running. Yeah, because I'm using from the Toastmaster time. Yeah.
Yeah. So 1:30
Yeah,
until 2
yeah.
is yellow. Yeah, and then red
More than-
is 2 minutes
Yeah,
until 2:30.
more than 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dion, hold that red card handy because I have a tendency to speak a lot. So sometimes you might have to flash it for me too.
Yes.
One of the things that I love about Toastmasters, and it's really helped inspire me, is the way that we celebrate our speakers. And the way that we do that is we recognize the best speaker of the day in both the prepared speeches and the table topics. And to be able to do that, we have to rely on someone who can take the role of ballot counter. And so if Rolanto, if you can kind of explain to us what the role of ballot counter is, how you're going to do that for us, truly appreciate it.
Okay, so I will share a screen to make it easier to give the example. So this one is the form that you will submit to me. We will have the best prepared speaker, the best evaluator, and the best speaker. As timer mentioned earlier, if you are overtime, it means more than extra time 30 seconds, you wouldn't be eligible to be voted. So I need to delete your name from this form. It's not final form because we still need to find who will be the contestant for the table topic speaker. I will send the link at the end of the meeting. I mean, after the evaluation. So all of you can vote for the best speaker. So I think that's all from me. Back to Tom.
Thank you so very much. And we want to go back to our president, Natalie, who can explain the role of the counter and her role in the meeting today.
Thank you, Toastmaster Herman, and hi everyone. I'm back as your counter for the day, and this is the only role that's available in Toastmasters because in real life, who wants to count your and Nobody. So it's a very special role, and I enjoy doing this counter. I recently got this form from my good friend Alicia Curtis that I will use to help keep track of your filler, both lexical and non-lexical words. So I will pay attention to those filler words that are used to connect sentences together, but it's actually not necessary, like so, yeah, until you know. And then also non-lexical fillers, those filler words which serve no purpose, like elongated words, even tongue click. I'll be back at the end of the meeting to give you my report. Back to you, our Tom Herman.
Thank you so much, Natalie. I think you're going to need one of those sheets specifically for me as I move my way through the Tom. So just keep track. And after a while, just start drawing fancy pictures and smiley faces. With the 4 prepared speeches, we also have 4 evaluators. And they're going to, and I just want to introduce them really quickly for you. For the first evaluator, we have Ranawati. For the second evaluator, Lufti. The third evaluator is Ping. The fourth evaluator is Intan. And then the last thing to do, I think, is to introduce our table topics master so she can explain what that is today. So Pipit, can you explain table topics today?
Yes, table topic session is one of the sessions in Toastmasters meeting. And this is an exciting session because those who don't have roles today will get a chance to also practice their public speaking skill, basically to speak without preparation. And I will give you prompts. you can have response for 1 to 2 minutes. And especially for those who want to compete in an upcoming contest, this is a great chance for you. So back to Tom.
Thank you so very much. Now we get to the exciting part of our meeting, which is the prepared speeches. It's one of my favorite parts because it really gets a chance for our Toastmasters to show their creativity, practice the artistry in their speech, and learn to gain the confidence and the skills as a speaker. Our first speaker today is in the Pathway Presentation Mastery. The presentation title, or the speech, is titled Delayed Cord Clamping, What Everyone Should Know. And the speech is from Della Jaskara. Della Jaskara, Delayed Cord Clamping, What Everyone Should Know. Looking forward to it.
I think you need to call the evaluator to mention the purpose.
Perfect, okay.
Purpose
So
of the project, yes.
let me do that. Let me introduce Ranawati to explain the speech.
Thank you, Herman. I'm pleased to introduce Della, who will speak today as the first speaker, and her pathway is presentation mastery, and she is doing level 1, project 2, first speech. The title is Delay Cord Clamping, Why Everyone Should Know. It's 5 to 7 minutes, and the purpose of the project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. The purpose of this speech is for the member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. So, Della Putri Jaskara, delay cord clamping, why everyone should know. Delay cord clamping, why everyone should know. Della Putri Jaskara.
Okay, thank you, Ibu Rona. Good day or good evening. I'm Della. I'm a doula and childbirth educator. Today, I will present a prepared speech titled Delay Cord Clamping. I will share my screen. Okay. Is it clearly seen? Okay. Delay cord clamping, why everyone should know. Okay, before I start, have you remember how your baby or yourself maybe the placenta and cord being taken care of? I mean, here in Indonesia, we usually burn in front of our house and using the lamp or candles. I don't know, in your area maybe, and we can discuss it later in the comment or chat. And the next, about delay cord clamping, it's basically about the placenta and umbilical cord. The placenta is temporary organ structure enabling the transmission oxygen and nutrients from the fetus and the mother. So it's like a giant meat that have a, what we call it, cord or some attached to the womb, to the uterus of the mother that transmit the nutrients to the fetus for the developing fetus. So the umbilical cord is the tube that connect placenta and developing baby in the uterus. This is two things that we should know regarding delay cord clamping. And what is delay cord clamping? This is the process that waiting several minutes, usually from 30 seconds to 10 minutes before clamping the cord after the birth of the baby, usually done by the doctor, midwife, or the partner itself, using the guidance of the healthcare provider. And why should delay cord clamping? As we know that the blood of the newborn baby, 100% is on inside the baby body and placenta. while the cord is still pulsating and transferring the blood. So when we directly clamp the cord after the baby birth without waiting any minutes, so the baby only has 66% of its total blood. So it's such a loss. Then if we wait for 1 until 5 minutes later, it means that the baby receives more blood that contains oxygen, irons, and all the nutrients that might be needed for the baby to develop later in extra uterus life. And how long we should wait to clamp the cord? Based on the World Health Organization, they recommend to wait between 1 until 3 minutes after the baby birth. So it's always so every mother or birthing mother always communicate with the healthcare provider, because it is only can be done when the mother and the baby is in a good condition, which means there is no hemorrhage, there is no immediate medical attention or medical concern for the baby. And what is the benefit of delay cord clamping? First, like in the earlier slide, boost the blood supply and increase oxygenation and survival for preemies. So it is being researched that the delay cord clamping is very beneficial for preemies babies who was born before 30 weeks of pregnancy. And the third one, decrease the potential of iron deficiency for baby under 1 year. Usually we know it as anemia. And the fourth, the benefits are growing as research continues to grow. So you can see in the picture here, the cord from 1 to 6 picture. This is the gradually difference in the blood pulsating. It will stop after several minutes. So in the 6th picture, you can see that it's about 15 minutes. It is said if 15 minutes after the baby is birth. Okay, you can see difference. So it's such a loss to directly clamp the cord when it's still pulsating. It will be beneficial for the baby. And last but not least, every decision for your baby birth, it's your choice. Your birth, it's your story, made it for the sake of your conscience. Thank you very much. Back to the Tom.
Bella, that was extremely educational. And I was actually fortunate enough to be able to cut the cord for all of my kids. And so it was definitely something that was interesting to see, because if I remember correctly, we did not practice the delayed cord clamping. It was almost an immediate function. So it's interesting because science has progressed in such a way that I think that that was really kind of an exciting lesson for us all. The second evaluator is going to do me a favor and introduce our second speaker. So our second evaluator is Lufti. Lufti, can you introduce our second speaker for us?
Yes, Herman, thank you. Our second speaker is Laila Hassana. She will give a speech with the title Hole on the Wall. The project is Presentation Mastery. The first speech, Level 1 P2A project. The duration of the speech will be 5 to 7 minutes. The aim of this speech is to present speech on any topics and receive feedback from the evaluator and applied the feedback on the second speech. Laila Hassana, Hole on the Wall, Hole on the Wall, Laila Hassana.
Laila, can you test your voice first?
Go a little bit louder.
Test your voice.
Am I audible?
Very little.
Louder.
Am I audible?
Yes, now. Yes, now.
Okay. So, good afternoon, fellow Toastmaster. Nice to see you all. So this is my second project. Sorry, I'm too excited. So, well, my title for today is Hole on the Wall. I think some of you have already known or heard or ever read about this story. Anyone? Raise your hands up. No. Oh, okay. So I have hammer in my right hand and then nail on my left hand. So if I hammer the nail on the wall and pull it out, what will happen? Anyone can answer?
Hole in the wall.
Hole, yeah, true. It will make a hole and remain a hole. Of course, even though we pull it and we try to fix it, the hole is still in the remembrance. So this is exactly the same to what happened in the case of bullying. So an inspirational quote said, there are three things that we cannot recover in our life. The first is the word after it's said. The second is the moment after it missed. And the third is the time after it gone. Every word we speak out will give great or low, good or bad impact to the hearer. As the one who ever experienced kind of bullying, I do really understand how word is so powerful in affecting people psychology. Even it can kill people slowly. So when I was in senior high school, my senior openly teased my physical. So she told me that, why are you so black? Why are you so tiny? Why are you not pretty? But she said this on behalf of joking. Once, twice, three times. Yeah, I thought it was joking. But when it happened continuously, finally it stick and attack my heart. Many questions I asked to myself, and I said to myself, am I not pretty? Am I that black? Why I born in this black skin? And all negative questions spinning in my head over and over. Yeah, that's hard actually. So at the time, every meeting people, I was so worried that people who meet me will comment and value my physical too. I was so worried that I'm not beautiful enough in people's eyes. So actually, when I remember that, I feel like I'm so rude to myself. After that, I lost my confidence. I lost myself. Even I started to hate myself. Oh my God. Yeah, the time passed, and step by step, I'm healing by myself. So by the time I try to make sincere to what happened in my life, when the sincerity comes to myself and I'm thinking and just let gone be bygone, everything was running well. I forgive everyone who bully me, but for sure, forgiven doesn't mean forgotten, because the function of human brain is to save and remember anything happened in our life. But today, I'm really grateful of myself. I love who I am today. I love my body. I love everything on me. And then I don't feel bothered with any comment that come to me. I don't care about that. And then I dress up and make up only for myself, satisfaction, sorry. And then, yeah, wherever I look in the mirror, I always think that beauty does exist within me. And I'm in no position to believe that I'm worthless. So I'm so grateful for my life today and for what happened to me. And and after that, when I was thinking to what have happened to my life, I asking my husband, why can bullying happen? And my husband said, bullying happened because of different skin, different color, different race, and people don't understand that difference. So they judge people, other people, I mean. And my husband gave me an example that human characters, just like water and oil, it don't mix. So to mix water and oil, it needs a media called emulsifier. Anyone knows what is emulsifier? Anyone can answer? Yeah, emulsifier is a chemical additive that encourage the suspension of one liquid in another. So this is basically just like a stabilizer to make water and oil stable. Yeah. So in our life, this is just like a tolerance. So when people have tolerance, they wouldn't be easily judge other people because the one who understand will never judge, and the one who judge will never understand about differences, moreover about being bullied. So actually, the simple emulsifier example is Toastmaster. Why I say it so? Because in Toastmaster we have different backgrounds, right? We are different perspective, but here there's only positive comment, positive vibe, and so on. So this is kind of emulsifier. Ladies and gentlemen, last but not least, be sure to test our word before. Be sure to test our word. Make sure. Sorry. Be sure to test our word before we spit them out. Be sincere to what happened in our life, and yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. Back to Tom.
Layla, that speech had a lot of value in it. I think I'm going to have to sit and reflect on a lot of the things you said. But one of the things you said, I want you to send it to me in a chat box when you get a moment. The three things about the words when they're spoken, after they're spoken. Text that to me because I want to keep that. That was valuable. That really meant something to me. I truly appreciate it. And I understand the thing about the hole in the wall. So thank you. Our next speech is going to be introduced by Ping Hendra. Ping, can you take the controls and introduce our next speaker, please?
Yes. Hi, everybody. Our next speaker will be delivering the evaluation and feedback second speech. With the purpose of the project is for the member to present a speech on any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. And the purpose is also for the member to demonstrate that he or she has applied the feedback received from his or her project. So I would like to welcome to the virtual lectern our third speaker, Fifi Amaliawati, with the speech title, Don't Put Off Until Tomorrow What You Can Do Today. Fifi Amaliawati, don't put off until tomorrow what you can do today. The screen is yours.
Greetings, my fellow Toastmasters.
2 weeks ago, I shared to you my mother used to remind me not to put off until tomorrow what we can do today. Did you still remember that? My life speech. I used to do the things on the same day. Even I become a planner person who plan what should I eat, I should wear for tomorrow, even for the whole week. Then it becomes habit, even until I got married. I used to say to my children, don't put off until tomorrow what we can do today. I shared to you before that my children gave me a good lesson when they ate the stock of candy and chocolate for the whole week in just one day. So can you imagine? And when I asked them why did they do it, they simply answer, well, mommy, you said that don't put off until tomorrow what we can do today. And apparently, they also like to take this an opportunity to benefit them. I share with you another example. When we went to shopping mall, there was discount, even until 50%, so half of the price. They wanted to buy sports shoes. I told them, why should we buy the new one? They still can use the existing one. And then they said that, Mommy, don't put off until tomorrow what we can do today. It's sell, even until 50%. Imagine if we didn't buy this, then the price will become normal again. And when I reply to them, perhaps there will be another discount in the coming weeks, they still smartly answer me. They said that, well, it could be mommy, but how about the model that we like do not exist anymore? So better not to put off until tomorrow what we can do today. Oh my God, can you imagine how they take advantage from my words? I give you another example. When we went to the electronics store, they want to purchase the new mobile phone number. I told them that I don't have enough money since the mobile phone was costly. Then they said that, Mommy, don't forget like you said that don't put off until tomorrow what we can do today. You have credit card, Mommy, you can pay by credit card. Imagine if we didn't buy the mobile phone today, it will be wasting our time. We needed to come here again. It's quite far away from our home. So, my fellow Toastmasters, there are so many reasons. As a wise and conscious mother, I explain to my children we should take the word wisely. It is true that not everything can be settled on the same day. We have to look at the situation and condition. For doing the jobs that become our responsibility or our priority, we need to manage our time so we are able to finish the job on the same time. Then I give them example like this. Imagine, today your teacher give you this homework. You already finish it on the same day. Then you can be relaxed. You don't know that tomorrow your teacher also give you another job. Since you already finished this one, the first homework, you can concentrate on the second homework. Don't you think it is better rather than doing the two homework together? Will it be harder for you if you don't know what will happen tomorrow and you have so many activities, you don't have much time. So better you do it now. My fellow Toastmasters, Benjamin Franklin said that not to put off until tomorrow what we can do today. It's true. It means we have to use the time wisely. And don't keep these words only in your device. Take this into real life. By doing so, you can feel the benefit of your good managing in time. And by having good managing in time, you can plan yourself better, even for the future. Hope my story today that I share with you can be the moral story for the mother here to explain to their children that it's better for them not to put off until tomorrow what they can do today, especially in doing their homework. try their best to do at the same time. Because you don't know what will happen tomorrow. The teacher maybe give another job. So it's easier for them to do one job at the same time. Thank you. Back to Toastmaster.
Fifi, thank you for sharing that. I think I'm going to go talk to my kids. I'll be back in 5 minutes. That was a perfect explanation of why they need to do the homework today. I'm really excited about that because that's one of the struggles I think that we all have as parents. Our fourth evaluator is Intan. Intan, can you introduce our next speaker, please?
Okay, thank you, Herman. Well, the first speaker is Selina Mulia, and the project is Presentation Mastery, and the length of the speech is 5 until 7 minutes. Well, the purpose of the speech is for the member to present a speech of any topic, receive feedback, and apply the feedback to a second speech. And the purpose of the speech is for member to present a speech and receive feedback from the evaluator. Selina Mulia, I'm on the crossroad. I'm on the crossroad, Selina Mulia.
Yes, am I audible? Oh,
Selena, can you come closer? Maybe, sorry, was not audible enough. Yes, try again.
how about right now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, cool. Few years ago, I found a quote from internet saying that travel is the best investment you can make in yourself. Whoa. Can I see a show of hand? How many of you agree with this statement? Since I cannot see all of them, I'm assuming half of the guests raising their hand. I want to start about a story about my friend Michael. Michael is the guy who been travel all over the places. Yes, he's traveled a lot. He's been traveling since he's on 20s and he's still ongoing up until now. From Bali to Botswana, from United States to Uzbekistan. You can ask anything about his experiences. His passion to redeem his curiosity inspires me to do the same. Until 4 years ago, I made my first time stepping my feet in foreign country. The feeling is so magical. I just love being somewhere far from home and it's new. Have you been to Hong Kong yet? Because that is my first destinations. The weather, it was at the beginning of the year, so cool, way different than my hometown in Bali. That's always hot. Yes, I can see the whole view of the cities is so the smells of the air, the rushing people, the local food, the art, sculptures, technology, it just blew me away. I eventually can understand why Michael is loved to travel. And ever since that experience, I made promise to myself that I want to travel even more. No matter what, I will find a way to travel the world. Because of that passion of commitment, the universe hear my wishes. So they opened the way for me to travel with less expenses. You hear it right, with less expenses. So I found my way so I can travel I can get the cheap airfare through travel fair. Some I can get from a lucky door price, and some of them from a blog post so I can fly for free. Me and Michael agree that travel makes us richer. It grows us over time. It makes some kind of like self-realization that there's entirely other world out there exists without carrying our existence in this world. And then when suddenly the world slapped us with the reality of the pandemic, where the majority of people got the downturn on the business and some of them got the laid off, the universe is still so kind to me. As I'm exposed to the world of network marketing, that is the opportunity for me so I can reach my desire. What I'm doing right now is specialty in the health fields, which people need it most. So I see this is something like a hope for me to continue pursue my desire. What I'm doing is not I'm helping only myself, but I help other people to make more money in these difficult times. I strongly believe through my passion, hard work, and work ethic, I can bring myself even further. Knowing this opportunity, my eyes is sparkling like a diamond as I can see myself in the future. Oh, I can travel even more. And I'm so look forward to it. But deep inside, I do have a massive dilemma. You see, we raised in the culture that stability is on the top of the game. No matter how happy, how excited, how thrilled, how passionate I am pursuing my desire, there's still a lot of people coming and asking me, hey Selena, where is your boyfriend? When get married? Something like that. And I know that my girls in my community mostly are taken and married. So mostly our conversation when we hanging out is about like pregnancy, buying a house, raise a family, something like that. Yes, some at the beginning, I don't really buck with that sort of questions because I just love being myself. But the more I get questioned about why stay being single, the more I question it myself too. Do I really need this? Do I really need to be my girlfriend? Okay, now I'm confused. Am I weird or they're weird? Or me? Okay, because I'm confused, I'm initiating myself to get back to Michael and ask him. Probably he can give me a conscious piece of advice. And turns out, Michael just married recently. Okay, looking this reality, I feel like I'm in the crossroad. A strange thought coming in my mind, saying that, hey Selena, you've been traveling for 8 years. Isn't that enough? Okay, that is so intimidating, that questions. At one point, I want to continue to travel the world. And at the one point, I want to be stable, buy a house and raise a kids, even though I'm not married yet. I mean, get a partner. So guys, fellow Toastmaster, I want to ask you questions. If you are me, which path you would choose? Is that being stable, buy a house, married, raise kids, raise a family, or continue to travel the world? What do you guys think? Thank you very much.
Selena, thank you for that excellent presentation. And I will give you my answer to your question. I think you travel until you find the perfect person that tells you it's time to be stable. They're out there somewhere, but when you started to speak, I have to tell you, I felt the exact same way when I put my feet on the ground in Bali. And Ben and one of his friends took me to a little cafe, and I ate some of the traditional street food there in Bali for the first time. And I still get chills every time I think about the possibility of my next trip, because now I have friends in Bali that I can break bread with. So guys, I promise you, when COVID's over, I'm coming to Bali and the travel is game on. I think it's time for everybody to turn on their cameras because we want to take a group photo and celebrate the people that are here. So everybody take a moment and turn on your cameras so we can see your smiling faces. Just looking to see who are we missing. We have almost
Yes.
everybody there. We're missing, there's one. We need, where's Elvira? Smiley
Let
face.
me call Desi, Elvira, Dian. Please turn on your camera on the count of 5, or you miss it. We need to see your face, not your time, Dian.
Put your
Not
smiley
your
face.
stopwatch. Okay,
There we
great.
go. We want to make you famous.
Yes, yes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, wait, let me paste that first. Okay, next one is freestyle. Like that, okay? 1, oh, wait, sorry. 1, 2. Okay, got it. I'm
Okay.
terrible at counting, I know, sorry.
That's okay. If you sneak up on it, we get the real smiles. The next part of this is also one of the most creative and artistic parts of the meeting. It's one I really enjoy listening to because it really creates that moment of instant inspiration. And that's the table topics. So I'm going to introduce our table topics master Pipit and let her take the floor.
Thank you so much. Now, we have only 10 minutes to do this, so I will just rush to the speakers. We have a long list of speakers. All right. So I will give the first chance to Sabrina because she came here last minute and, we want to appreciate her by that. And then the first chance is for Sabrina. Please spotlight Sabrina. And as table topic today, I will not put any slides because we model after the contest. There's no slides in contest. Right, question for Sabrina. What do you think is the biggest obstacle to the world harmony? What do you think is the biggest obstacle to the world harmony, Sabrina?
Is this so difficult? Okay. Look around you. So many people fighting each other. There are still wars happening in some countries. Isn't it a terrible situation to see? And I think when we talk about harmony in this world, something that we need to establish before we go to the next big thing is perhaps the ability to accept each other and to be more understanding, to be more compassionate towards each other. We have so many different cultures. We live in different cities. I live in Bekasi, you live in Bali. Some people live in the United States, I think, some members here. And I'm sure that we come from so many different cultures and sometimes it might clash to each other. So sometimes, as we can see, there might be some conflicts, social conflicts because of these differences, and that might disrupt the harmony. This is just a very small case of it. And I think the very small and the very early step to achieve a harmony is to be more understanding, to learn other people's culture, because you're not the only cultures living here. To learn other people's culture, to learn how to be more understanding, to create a conversation, to see where that thoughts come from. Maybe we can be more understanding toward each other. Maybe we can meet somehow in the middle ground. And maybe we can create a better harmony for this world. Thank you.
Thank you. Reminds me of that song, Meet Me in the Middle. All right, thank you. Now let's go to our second speaker, Imelda. Imelda, please spotlight Imelda. All right, so Imelda, do you think there will be world peace? Do you think there will be world peace? Imelda.
Dear fellow Toastmasters, I think we need to be positive that there will be world peace in our world, even though we see so many things happen in the world that makes many people not comfortable, many people suffer, but
we believe that there will be world peace if we can start with ourselves, and then we need to create peace in around us. And then I'm sure when we start with ourselves, it will be spread, and then each one of us will understand that we need to support each other, and we need to think about other people's needs, and then not just think about ourselves and what our goals, but we need to think about a lot of people. So I am positive that there will be world peace, and then we can start with ourselves. Thank you, Pipit.
Yes, start with ourselves and let it start with fun. Thank you, Imelda. All right, now let's go to our third speaker, Marendra. Please spotlight Marendra Dika. Question for Marendra Dika. Not question, a quote actually. Peace is not only about the absence of war. Peace is not only about the absence of war. Marendra Dika.
Peace is not about the absence of war. I do agree with that. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes we see everyone in the world thinks that today, 2021, is quite a peace condition. Well then, if you compare to World War I or World War II, it might be right. But actually, there are something happens, small wars in another parts of the world, like in Yemen, in Myanmar nowadays, and it's happened. So it's not about the scale of the war. It's about something injustice is already happened in another part of the world, and it's to exist. What I love it, Indonesia, my country, is very active to encourage the country that in situations that people try to fight with other people, citizens with other citizens. And I hope the big country, especially the United States of America, that they currently have Joe Biden as a president. Well, as a power nations, USA might involve in many cases to settle down all the cases, at least to help them to settle down and ensure that the peace is not only about there is no war, but also everyone can grow together, get prosper together, get a better educations together. Everyone get medical care better, especially nowadays. If every nation got a vaccine, COVID-19, with a cheap price, and everyone got it, so I think peace is not about the absence of war. It's about the availability of the people needs. Ladies and gentlemen, get back to Table Topic Master.
Wow, very interesting. And you thought that out instantly, right? Without preparations. Peace is the availability of people's needs. Wow, yeah. I think it reminds me of one quote that when people get their needs, the criminality somehow solve themselves, almost solved by itself, for example. It's something like that. So it reminds me of that. Thank you, Marendra Dika. All right, next one is Lee Johnson. Lee Johnson, are you ready? Yes. Please spotlight Lee Johnson. Thank you. Right. There's a quote. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the world. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the world. Lee Johnson.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. That's a great quote. And I will attest to that if you live in harmony with yourself, you're in harmony with the world. Why did I say it that way? Because if a person or individual seek harmony for him or herself, he will take in consideration the world at large and those things around him or her. You will be in tune with what's going on in the world, and that becomes your part as far as your focus. And if you can look at the world in and of itself, you can bring harmony to yourself by understanding what's going on around you. And as you understand what's going on around you, you then are in lockstep with yourself and the world, because you can't live in isolation. You must be part of the world, or the world be part of you. And you have to incorporate your surroundings and your environment. And when you do that, you will have harmony. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you. Okay, Dee, you still had time actually. I was wondering what was the the conclusion just now. All right. All right. And then the next one is Guest Chandra. Are you ready? Guest Chandra from Medan Horas Medua-Jua.
All
Okay,
right.
please spotlight Chandra. Okay, next one. Chandra. Do you think it's possible for all humans to be friends? Is it possible for all
Yes.
humans to be friends, Chandra?
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, my beloved Toastmaster, thank you so much for this opportunity. I agree that statement. If someone want to have all people to be their friends, because we create in the earth by our God, because we have same DNA. So I think there is no difference. We have one descendant or one upstream from our God. So we can do all things because we are same. We are place. We have soul. We have thought. We have brain. But all of them make us different in our perceive or in our principle. So I think it is boundary in our life. So in our life will be able to be one of friend in our life to the others if we want to be humble. If they want to be humble, I think they will be a friend for another. If they do to do all people all over the world, I think the characteristic is they have done the earth. So I think it is the first people they want to have all people as the friend. And the other thing, if we want to have all people to be as friend, I think it is difficult. Just one of 1,000 people, I think, or the others. But in my perspective, I cannot to be, I can become to friend for the others. All people, sometimes I have different perspective. That's all. Thank you for
Thank
answer.
you. Different perspectives. Yeah, we need to work that out. Yeah. All right. Now, last speaker, Ben. Sweaty Ben just moved out of his house. Please spotlight Ben, but do not zoom on him. We don't want to see this sweat dripping over his head. All right. Spotlight Ben, please. Zoom master. Thank you. All right, Ben. Peace begins with a smile. Peace begins with a smile. Ben.
People tell me all the time that, Ben, you should smile more. Or, Ben, I like it better when you smile. I've been told that for the majority of my life. And it wasn't until about last several years where I started to realize that people like me better when I'm smiling. Because really, I'm a very intense, serious person. And when I'm reading something, I have what we call an RBF, a resting face, right? So I can agree to this. in a way, even though I don't want to, because typically I don't always want to smile. If I'm not happy, I don't want to feel like I have to smile to make someone else happy. But I understand the process. You know, we don't know how other people's days are going. So again, especially living in a country where I'm different, I'm the minority, it's really good to be able to go to a neighbor, like right now where I've helped my in-laws move to a new place where there's a whole bunch more neighbors, and just start off with a smile, how are you doing? Because moving into a new neighborhood with an angry, resting bitch face probably isn't the best way to make friends and have people be happier in town. So yes, unfortunately, I do have to agree that peace does begin with a smile, but that's not the only thing. You have to keep at it and keep being a good person. Because just like Chandra said, I don't agree that we can all be friends. Trust me, there's a lot of bad people out there that I don't want to be friends with. I wish they were good, and even if you smile at them, it's not going to solve anything. But yes, it does start that way. You smile, it might just make that person's day just a little bit better. Back to you, Madam Table Topic Master.
Thank you. I don't understand the part about unfortunately. Why is it unfortunately peace begins with a smile?
I don't like smiling. That's me.
But Ben, you should try now resting jolly face. Resting jolly face. All right, thank you. So we're a little bit over time as the table topic session, but we got it covered. I would like to give the control back to Tom to start the evaluation session. Thank you.
Awesome. And just before I do, I just want to go back and get a timers report for both the prepared speeches and for the table topics. So Deanna, Toastmaster Deanna, can you give us the timers report really quick?
Okay. Wait. Okay. Hey, okay. Thank you very much. Okay. And as this is my report, for prepared speech, first speaker, Della, 5 minutes, 42 seconds. Second speaker, Lailatul, 7 minutes, 35 seconds. Third speaker, 5 minutes, 17 seconds. And then fourth speaker, Selina Mutia, 7 minutes, 1 second. And for Lailatul and Selina, yeah, out of times, more than 7 minutes. And for the evaluator, for the table topic speaker, Sabrina, 1 minute, 45 seconds. Imelda, 1 minute, 15 seconds. And then Marendra, 1 minute, 58 seconds. Johnson, 1 minute, 13 seconds. Chandra, 2 minutes, 31 seconds. And the last Ben, 1 minute, 50 seconds. And that's all the reports. And I'm going to type in the chat box. Thank you. Back to the Dom.
Thank you so very much. One of the greatest things of what we do in Toastmasters is we provide feedback, critiques to help us improve as speakers. And our GE, Sabrina, gets to lead this part of the meeting where we get to hear some great advice from dedicated Toastmasters helping their peers and their colleagues and their friends improve. So I will turn over the floor to our GE, Sabrina.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the meeting, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Now we've come to the evaluation session. First of all, we would like to hear the evaluation from our individual evaluators, evaluating the speakers, prepared speech speakers. The first one is Toastmaster Rona Watiwongso will evaluate Toastmaster Della Jaskara. Toastmaster Rona, Toastmaster Rona.
First of all, I would like to congratulate Della, who has completed her first speech on the project 2. What I really like about Della's speech, I think first, she has good eye contact. She looks at the screen, at the camera all the time. And second, I like about her visual aid, with the baby and the placenta. I think there is a good visual aid so we can see or visualize what she was talking about. And then third, she provide a useful information for a new mother so people can avoid to make a mistake. I'd like to give a suggestion to Della so she could make her speech a lot better. First, when you open a speech, make something more interesting, something which can attract audience interest. For example, rather than go directly to the body, because I think that you started go directly to the body without really introducing your topic, because at the beginning I was a little bit confused and kind of lost. Yeah. At the beginning, probably you can give something which is interesting or attention gathering. For example, if there's a bad effect because they don't do the delay clamping, then you can say, have you seen a child who probably, they cannot concentrate for a long time? That's because one of the reason, something that is people can relate to what effect if they don't do something like that, something which interests them to listen more. I think that is the one things which I would suggest, but overall, I think you did very great. You have your slide, it helped us to visualize. You have your visual aid, the baby and the placenta. So it was a very well done job. Congratulations, Della.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rona. Moving on to the individual evaluator for the second speaker, Toastmaster Lutfi Ahmad, who will evaluate Toastmaster Lailatul Hasanah. Toastmaster Lutfi, Toastmaster Lutfi.
Am I audible? Okay. John Wooden says, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. Today, Laila shows that she has made a better preparation on her speech. I would like to give commendation on her speech today. First of all, I believe that the strong point of her speech is that personal story is very good. It gives sense of relatability to the audience, because when you bring personal stories, usually people feel that it's relatable with their own personal life. Second of all, you ask questions to the audience. It means that you're engaging your audience in your speech, which is very good. And number three, you use properties. You bring hammer and nail to enhance your speech, which is very good. So that is the three things that I find very good in your speech. You give personal stories, you ask questions to engage with the audience, and also you bring properties to enhance your speech. I would like to give 3 recommendations for your next speech. Number 1, I would suggest you give a more direct opening, and also, for example, maybe you can punch the wall with your hammer. So it's like, instead of saying what happened, it's like, if it's me, I would open my speech saying nothing. It's like, just put this and then bang, 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 and then you open it, and then you say, ladies and gentlemen, what happened with the wall? You leave a hole there, and then you go on with your speech. So it's more like, it's like ear and eye opening for the audiences. Number 2, I would suggest that you be more calm and confident. I would suggest that you're more calm and structured, so you won't be overtime, because you're overtime. And then number 3, I would suggest you give better eye contact with the audiences. And number 4, I would suggest that you link back to your title. This is about hole in the wall. You're talking about the bullying, and you give your stories and you link back to your title. Now, as a recap, I would say that from your speech, I can understand it's the experience of you or if you're bullying, and also have you lost your confidence, but then again you recover, which is very good. My favorite quote from your speech is, "The one who judge will never understand, and the one who understand will never judge." In Toastmasters, we don't judge you. We only give you positive support. Back to you, Tom.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lutfi, a very encouraging evaluation. Next up, we will go to Toastmaster Pinghendra, who will evaluate Toastmaster Vivi Amaliawati. Toastmaster Vivi, Toastmaster Vivi.
I think Ping had to leave because he had something going on. So he's going to write a evaluation for Fifi after that, I believe.
Ah, I see. Okay, then let's just move to the next individual evaluator, Toastmaster Intan Rawit will evaluate Toastmaster Selina Mutia. Is Toastmaster Intan still here? Yes, he's still here. Toastmaster Intan,
Yes,
Toastmaster
I'm
Intan.
here.
Can you try your video, Intan? Cannot see.
Okay. Hello? Hello, hello? Yes?
Yes, we can hear you, but there is no video. Maybe
Usually it happens when the bandwidth is low.
Oh,
Yeah.
We have here. So
yes, go ahead.
Is it okay?
Yes, it's okay. Yes, proceed.
Congratulations at the speech title. I'm on the. So I would like to evaluation on your. First of all, I because from the first speech, you have a very great gesture. You use a great eye contact, and even use.
I think we've just lost her. I think, okay, right? I think we've just lost her. Maybe meanwhile, while waiting.
Hello, hello.
Yes.
Sorry, just lost. Okay.
Toastmaster.
Okay, so I really like your gesture. You deliver your speech stand up, and then you use a lot of gesture and eye contact, and I really like your intonation. You made some how to say, yes, you made a good intonation in your speech, and also you give the opening by giving the quote asking about the traveling is the best investment. Will anyone here agree with this? And then you start with your personal story, and you're talking about why traveling is great investment, why we have to go traveling. And I would like to give you recommendations, because your title is "I'm on the crossroad." Maybe you can give more engaging opening. Like, I like you talk about the capo questions given by the outsiders. Maybe you can start with that capo questions. Hey guys, have you got that capo questions? Like anything, because it is relatable for many people, for us, even for those who have already married. We also got those kind of capo questions. So I think the opening will be more engaging if you give topic which is relatable to people. And then if you're talking about traveling, I think you can elaborate more on why traveling is the best investment on your memory, on your experience. And then I really like you end your speech by also questioning the audience, like what would you do if somebody asks you like this. So congratulations to Selina. I would like to hear for your next project. Thank you. Back to Chi.
Thank you, Toastmaster Intan. Now, fellow Toastmasters and guests, I hope that the evaluations will not only help the speakers, but also help all of us to improve our public speaking skill and communication skill in our next speeches. Now, I think this is the time for us to vote for the best prepared speech speakers, best double topic speakers, and best evaluator. Is the polling ready? Zoom master?
Okay, so let me share the screen. Ah, yeah, you can scan it from this, or let me type. Let me type. Can you get? Yeah, let me type from the chat room the link. Wait a minute.
Show the QR code again.
Yeah, wait. The QR code. This one, or you can go to this link. Done. Oh, wait. Please don't vote for Hendra. I forget to delete his name. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Purwanto. Now, while you guys are voting, let's move on to the next session. Don't forget to vote, because your vote will determine who will be the best speakers for today. Let's move on to the report from my teammates. The first one will be the counter, which is Distinguished Toastmaster Natalie. Distinguished Toastmaster Natalie, please deliver your report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sabrina. Let me share my screen. Overall, I must say that I was pretty impressed with the level of fluency and eloquence that all of the club members and guests have demonstrated. So here are the bird's eye view of the report. I would like to point out that our public enemy in the lexical fillers is so, and public enemy for non-lexical filler is and uh, uh, uh. Now moving on to individual and report is, excuse me, moving on to individual and report. Toastmaster Herman, I would like to give some commendation to you because you're the top, so you spoke for the entire meeting, but I could only note 10 or less. Excuse me, host, can you please mute anyone who's not in the speaking
Just
role?
now I did.
Thank you. And then moving on to our table topic master, Toastmaster Pipit, I noticed that you have your favorite filler, all right, all right, all right. And you said that in the transition
Usually so.
to another. For Della, it's or so. For Laila, it's so and tongue clicks. And I noticed that the so and it's like a combo for you in the beginning of the sentence. For Fifi, I don't see any problem in terms of and ums. You were pretty smooth. I would like to suggest to you to have a more pronounced pause and vary your vocal pacing. I think that will enrich the way you deliver your speech. For Selena, the only thing I could find is the tongue clicks. And this is very subtle when you're trying to pronounce some words. So when you're more comfortable in pronouncing and enunciating your words, I believe this problem will be gone as well. For Dian, as our timer, also not so much problem. Also for Rona, Toastmaster Rona, I would like to give special commendation. Throughout her speech, only 2 filler words. And I would like us to learn from her how she really take her time to pause and enunciate, because that made her as a speaker really sound professional. For second evaluator, Lufti, just the non-lexical word of and repeated word. I think you did this quite a bit when you're thinking and in between one idea to another when you're transitioning. Ping, he's not here. For Intan, just and Also, when you're thinking or when you're trying to express something, you tended to say a lot. Purwanto, not so much. Sabrina also, commendation. Only one, both table topic and your GE. My suggestion for you is to have a more pronounced pause in your table topic. For Imelda also, just for and that's it. Marendra, another commendation. And also I would like to suggest to you to have a more pronounced pause because your vocal variety was great. The intonation, the volume, the way you play with your pacing, just the pause will add a different layer and dynamic to your speech. For Lee Johnson, great pacing. I think we all can learn from Lee how to really take our time and to deliver a speech. Same suggestion, more pronounced pause, especially towards the end of your speech. Chandra, it's so and My suggestion for you is to shorten your sentences because I notice sometimes you're speaking like one whole paragraph without any break. And last but not least, Ben, nothing really specific, just more pronounced pause. Back to you, our GE.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Natalie, for the very detailed evaluation. Next up, let's go to the grammarian who will deliver her report, Toastmaster Desi Eka. Toastmaster Desi Eka, please deliver your report.
Okay, am I audible? I'm sorry, it's a bit noisy here.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, dear Toastmasters, friends and guests, it is a pleasure listening to your speeches. And I do find some excellent use of English, like metaphor from the speaker, Selina, if I'm not mistaken, I'm sorry. Like she said that my eyes sparkling like a diamond is a metaphor, and then some quotes also. And I can say that mostly that our members had displayed the good usage of grammar. But I would like to take notes on some, I mean, maybe we can work on it. The improper use of past participle like had, we're supposed to say have or has for present, simple present. And then also the use of adverb. In the speech, often is already an adverb, so you don't have to put "ly" after often. You cannot say oftenly, so it's already an adverb. Okay, and then some quotes that I like is from Layla. When she say that word, sorry, my handwriting is so clear because I'm jumbling here. Word after is said, the moment after it means, and time after it's gone. And also when Postmaster Marendra said that peace is the availability of everyone's need, if I'm not mistaken, I'm so sorry. And another suggestion is the use of conditional sentence. Yes, is it true that the, the perfect match for you is are, but when you are using the conditional sentence, you can say, instead of saying if you are me, you can say if you were me. This is only for the conditional sentence. I think that's all. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Desi. Now, this is my evaluation as a general evaluator. First of all, the publication, I like how it was published at least 4 days before the meeting along with the agenda. That was really nice. The opening, I like that the SAA, Distinguished Toastmaster Pipit, was very on time in opening the Zoom and then mentioned all of the house rules so that newcomer can understand what they were supposed to be doing later. The punctuality wise, I think we were late 6 minutes starting from the SAA call, and we were supposed to finish 3 minutes before. So, maybe we can improve more in the future. And at the Toastmaster of the meeting, I like how, Bhinneka Toastmasters Club has this format for the Toastmaster of the meeting to introduce the role takers for, I think, for the sake of efficiency, because the club meeting organized meetings only for 1.5 hours. That was, I think, nice. The table topics masters, of course, distinguished Toastmaster Pipit. It's real nice how, she managed to, I think, pick the speakers and then lead the session with very interesting questions. That was nice. The Zoom host, of course, always ready to spotlight every speaking person, very fast. Toastmaster Purwanto, the counter, distinguished Toastmaster Natalie, very prepared with the spreadsheet and then very detailed as well. I think this should be a benchmark for all of us. It will be nice for her to share the spreadsheet later too on WhatsApp group. The timer, thank you so much for your hard work, displaying two signs of timer. The first one is the papers one, the second one is on the computer. It's just a little bit of a suggestion. It will be, I think, efficient to just maybe set the virtual background if it's possible, so you don't have to do the work 2 times harder. The grammarian, thank you so much for your report, very on point. And I like how people just, try to help each other while still maintaining the positive attitude throughout this whole meeting. I think that's all from me. As a general evaluator, I hope we can use this feedback and anything else to improve more in the future and to make the meeting more efficient and more positive. Thank you. I will give the control back to Toastmaster of the meeting.
Thank you so much, GE Sabrina. That was fantastic. I wanted to share with you a quote that came to mind as we went through this meeting today with a theme of world harmony. Zig Ziglar, one of the most highly paid and highly respected motivational speakers on the planet, once said, if you help, the best way to get what you want in life is if you help enough other people get what they want. And I think that that message is one of compassion, of grace, of humility, of patience and tolerance. And I think those things are the things that are most powerful when we try to look at the world in a space of harmony. And it's something that was missing dramatically for me in 2020 here in the United States. And so I hope as we go into 2021, as we celebrate each other and work so hard to build each other up, and just take time to appreciate the simple things, that we remember to try to help others, because that is the best way to make sure you get what you want out of life. The best part of this meeting is always the celebration of our Toastmasters. And so this is the part where you get to do a little bit of a drum roll and we get to announce the speakers. So I'm going to turn the floor over to our ballot counter who can help us celebrate the best speakers of the day. Sir, the floor is yours.
Okay, so wait. Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, hello everyone. So we need to give a drum roll for all the best speaker. We start from the best prepared speaker. From the best prepared speaker, please unmute your microphone and give a spirit. Yay!
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 Yes, Terina Mutia, the best prepared speaker.
Mulia.
Yeah, Mulia. Sorry for that.
Mulia.
I will correcting this one and send to Natalie after the meeting. So Natalie will send to you. And then let's move to the best evaluator. Our best evaluator for today is the Toastmaster Luffy Akma. Okay, and the last, the best table topic speaker is Toastmaster Sabrina from Jakarta.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's all from me. Back to Tom.
Oh, sorry, I have something to share about our, what is it called? Achiever.
Achiever? Okay,
Yes.
so
Yes, achiever.
I will spotlight you.
So we have two 2 members who have achieved level 1, right? And then we have a certificate, but my bandwidth is really slow. Let's go to Herman first. Sorry.
No stress. I'll talk for about 30 seconds, and that may give you some time to prepare so that we can celebrate those folks for stepping forward in their journey as Toastmasters. First, I just want to thank you because this is only my second time as a Tom in a Toastmasters meeting. I hope that you hope that it was valuable for you. I really appreciate your encouragement, your support, and the input and feedback that you've given me as a member of this club. And I truly hope that I provide value to you as I
So much for the value.
Oh, well, I'm actually ready right on time now. So can we take over then? Since Herman is frozen. Yeah?
Go ahead.
Okay, so our first member to achieve level 1 completion is Teguh. Give applause to Teguh. He's not here, but he's here in spirit. And then our second member to achieve level 1 is Lufti. Oh, wait. Lufti. Yeah. Congratulations to both, and everybody else, you also can do this. So we're waiting for you. Thank you. Well, can we go to the president then, since we lost Herman's? Oh, he's here. Okay.
Even in the United States, with all of the technology we have, we still have terrible internet. So it is what it is, I guess. Pippin, I'll turn it back over to you so that we can celebrate the achievers in our club.
Actually, we just did when you were gone.
Perfect.
Okay,
That's
please give
awesome.
it to Natalie so he can do the club business on behalf of Ben, or if Ben can do it. Yeah.
Happy to turn it over to our distinguished Toastmaster and president of the Bhinneka Toastmasters Club, Natalie. The floor is yours. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great one.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the meeting, Herman. And by the way, since we're all here to celebrate achievement, congratulations, Herman, for winning your club contest. Can we give him another round of applause? It's his first contest, people. So it's such a remarkable achievement in Century City Toastmasters Club. So congrats, Herman. Wish you all the best for your area contest.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, thank you for staying in until the end of our meeting. Some club business is I want to check with our Vice President of Education, Ben. Do we have all our speaker slots filled for next meeting on the 14th?
Let's check it out real quick. We have for the 14th on Valentine's Day. As of right now, it looks like there's 2 slots available. And that is opportunity knocking. Take the opportunity.
Okay. Okay. So guys, who wants to give a speech on the 14th of February?
So I use name there. Is it correct? Are you going to present?
Ping?
Ping?
I will present.
And Natalie, I would like to share the contest speech that I did.
Yes.
So give me a chance to practice.
Oh,
Yeah.
so let's put Herman there?
No, Pipit, so you want to do your contest speech, Herman? Is that correct?
If it's okay, I would love to.
Yep, sure.
Yep.
So Herman, and then I think Lufti raised his hand too.
Okay, so Lufti, Herman. And we need to confirm about Ayu. I think it was written a while ago. So Ping, are you here?
Yes, you will not be able to do that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
1 slot, people.
Rendra, have you done your icebreaker yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Second.
I've done my icebreaker.
You want to
do your next one?
Okay, no problem.
Okay, let's put Rendra in.
Okay, and then one more evaluator.
Okay.
Yep.
Wants to be the next evaluator?
Can I be the evaluator?
it.
Yes. Your name, please?
Selina.
Selina. Okay, put
Oh,
Selina.
Selena. Okay, I think this one we got it so far. So for the other role takers, probably we can take care of it during the week.
Okay.
Is that okay? Yeah.
Okay, let's do that. Awesome, guys. Thank you for a quick club business. Thank you again for attending our club meeting from beginning until the end. I hope today's meeting brings some value to you, encourage you to become a better speaker, better leader, and in a sense, a better person. I'll see you again on Valentine's Day next week at 7 p.m. Bali, 6 p.m. Jakarta and Surabaya. Don't miss out the time. Bye, guys. Have a great week.
Thank you all role takers, especially those from other clubs for visiting us. And guests.
Bye.
Please come back.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
See you again.
Bye.
Bye.